This will be a retake of this EPL Kone Attraction Elevator 8 looking also Roadhouse. And the intercom's active for some reason. EPL Kone the very early digital indicator one. Send it up.
Level 3. Going down.
Very bouncy.
Ground floor. Going up.
Still controls the phone.
Level 3.
Independent service key switch. Fire service, obviously. To 1, that you can fondle is very similar to
Level 1.
developments.
Going down.
You don't come along across a lot of these old EPL Kone indicators every day, that's it. This will be the elevator at Big Gun Butchers in Underwood. Ecodisc, definitely been replaced.
Going down. Going up.
It's need one of space. Yeah, like I said, it's been replaced because the motor room come down. Still nice though. 30 is 50 isn't that bad. 10 persons who have the convenience 426 28621, which is your equipment number. Level 1, Cat View. My first video, in 2021. In 60 frames too. If it'll focus. There you go. There it goes. Let's get ML cabinet. No, don't. Why couldn't I just use the motor room? It's right here and wouldn't be, give it a bit more protection. Anyway, that's it. This will be yet another retake of EPL Elevator 13 at Toowong Village. Well, I haven't actually very recently retook this one. Turns out that one was very blurry, so this is my second attempt at it. It is.
Going down.
Okay, Just like your tracks, as with every other EPL.
Ground floor.
Back to level 1.
Going up. First floor. Going down.
Not low on oil, as you would hope. Install controls in the phone. But it's definitely a lot quieter in this one than in 14 and 15. There are only like 3 good slips here, so. But they're all pretty epic. All segments on the indicator are burnt out except the gallery, which is unfortunate. 2,500 kilograms, 33 persons, installed 1986 or 1985.
Ground floor.
This one's been replaced. And things have gone blurry, but don't worry, things will fix that later. As I would hope. There you go. See if the charm works. Probably doesn't.
Ground floor. Going up.
There it goes. And that is it. But before we go, there's a couple of which won't be long, because this is way too damn slow. Definitely some cover of me playing there, unfortunately I might have to mute it in the video, but this will be the ball traction elevator David Jones in Robina Town Centre.
Going down. Doors closing.
2,000 rooms, 25 pesos.
First floor. Doors opening. Going up. Doors closing. Third floor. Doors opening.
Going down. To which level?
Going down.
Ground.
Ground is this floor.
No. that's not the stormwater beneath.
Oh, sorry. It's level 3, unless you're talking about a different ground floor.
Doors closing.
I thought you said your ground would have been that one, but that would have been lower ground too.
No, the next one's ground. Dave got that wrong.
You sure about that?
Yeah, L3 is ground.
Yes, and that was L3. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, that's what the indicator said.
This is the ground level.
I'm sure about that. It says level 1 now. Okay.
Going up.
Strange logic there. Okay, view.
Third floor. Doors opening. Going down. Doors closing.
One store controls on phone. 1,700 kilograms, 25 persons.
First floor. Doors opening.
Still the original fixtures, which is very nice.
Doors closing.
There's some custom studios, I think.
Second floor. Doors opening.
Yes, and so.
Doors
There
closing.
it goes. That is it. This will be under Pacific. That's Ohio. Otis Lexington, one last question. There you go. No, it's still not into the original logic.
First floor.
There's like a one on the indicator goes as soon as you push it down. I'm sure it does have the exit. Right, does it? It's a very weird logic to watch around with. Yeah, they have this ECD indicator inside. Then there's your controls of the phone on that side. On that side as well. When it used to be able to probably stop button. What about 3,050 kilograms, 45 persons?
Ground control.
Have you? I'm pretty sure on this type of Otis logic it has simple call. There's logic where the call button and the call calls are the same, are wired together. So because that button lit up by itself, so I don't see a series in the game now, so it's been one choice. Not sure why they decided to do that, but they did. The only thing better this one has this one's logic is that the relay goes out between floors, like all the Otis Lexington. So the indicator when that happens is when it just switches to an arrow. Pretty good pre-doors there. Definitely still in visual logic. Just a slap on the anyway, that's it. All buttons. Well, it used to be 2 buttons, at least, and second indicator as well. This will be Shimmer 5500 AP at
First floor.
Learning Innovation Building. Red.
Fourth floor.
Restocked.
First
Here's
floor.
mine upside down, but oh, that's a very nice 5400 AP. Install controls on phone. I know I was trying to tweak still features, that's why I'm staring at it so long. There's a cat.
Fourth
I can't.
floor.
I'm down.
Yeah.
So which floor? To one.
First floor.
Okay, can you just time? Hi.
First floor.
What? Look how fast that is. And that is it.